Hello there, geezer, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, yeah? The Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your trousers, your donut, make a cup of tea, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the nerdy news, what you need to know about your plum. The only news that matters, yeah? Yeah, it's good news. And is this voice annoying? Because I found it annoying all through episode 2 of Moon Knight. Thanks, Oscar Isaac. You can drop it now. I like Mark Spector. He seems cool. Stephen Grant can exit forthwith through the gift shop. Do not pass go. Don't collect 200, you plum. That's not the best representation of my fellow countrymen. If only he could have been like more of a geezer, you know? He could have been like, this is where we separate the buyers from the spies, the needy from the greedy, and those what trust me from those who don't. But no, instead he's this twitchy... Why do actors choose the twitchy route? It's like, oh, he's not Tom Hardy in Venom levels of irritating, but whoo, you're getting close there. All right, let's just kind of like rationalize this a little bit, calibrate, and if you do that, this show might still be good. Anyway, what are we talking about? Yes, it's good news. I've done the preamble in that weird sort of way, so let's talk about the first article. Moon Knight. We're already on subject. Hasbro have officially revealed the image that I already revealed, along with anyone else who could be bothered. It's not exactly an exclusive, but we've got the Mr. Knight looking figure, and it's exactly the image that we saw before. This is how much I'm scraping the barrel for good news today. Honestly, I wasn't going to do one at all, but Moon Knight gets a lot of clicks, and I'm a whore, so here we are. But I'm going to try at least make it a little bit more entertaining. So we've got the figure, which is what we've seen already, but of course we see that also he comes with an Ultron arm as well. Gotta come with a bath piece, you never know, he might not sell on his own, so we gotta make it part of the wave. That's fine, but you know what's really cheeky? You know what like kind of ground my gears a little bit that I kind of sort of noticed? Was that he comes with the two batons, the two like Eskimo sticks like Black Widow has. Either way, he comes with those, which is kind of cool, but they'd look a lot cooler on the other Moon Knight in the whole proper mummy costume. So if you want him to be fully decked out with all the badass weapons, you're going to have to get Mr. Knight too. Or if you want him to go to finals and beat the other high school at the cheerleading tryouts, then he'll need his batons to do all the moves. Either way, it's going to behoove you to buy both of them, and you can do, from Hasbro Pulse. They're going to go up for pre-order on April 12th, I do believe, and I gotta say, all the joking aside, that was actually joking. I didn't say it was entertaining, I didn't say it was funny, but it was technically joking. All that aside, I think he does look really good. I think it's a beautiful translation of what's on the screen to what's actually in plastic form. Now, I know it's only a render, so it could go south when you actually get it in hand. Or he might have one or two less hands. Thor Ragnarok. Not going to let you forget that, Hasbro. No. You better make sure that those renders are actually what we get in the final product. Or don't tell us, like, the day before it's released. Unbelievable, that. Anywho, he looks kind of cool. I don't get MCU, but I might be tempted to get him just because I think he looks really cool. Going over to Mafex DC now, if you're still watching after my ridiculous intro. Mafex have teased a new Steel figure, and all we've got is just a little bit of chest. Not like an exciting kind of bare chest, but just a steely bare chest and Superman. So you kind of, it doesn't take a Mathema-Brain genius to work out what it is. Certainly the folks over at Toy Arc know, and that's where I get most of my news. So if you're into Superman, or if you're into the reign of the Supermen, then this is kind of cool, because you've got the black costume Superman, like resurrected Superman with the Kentucky waterfall hairstyle. Now you can maybe, if they do the whole line, get all the other Supermen. And even though I'm not a DC guy, I really loved that story. I thought it was so cool, having the hero die, spoilers, and he wasn't dead, and then having these different versions try and fill the mantle. I mean, one of them, Cyborg Superman, I think it just looks so wicked. I wish there was a decent Cyborg Spider-Man character, because I just think evil cyborg versions of heroes. That's just wicked. Then you had Superboy, who was like, I think, a combination of Superman and Lex Luthor's DNA, which is kind of weird. I might be wrong, though. I often am. Then you had the Eradicator, which was like kind of a protocol from the Krypton kind of thing. Wasn't too sure about what that was. And then you had Steel, who was just a good, hard-working, salt-of-the-earth kind of guy who was like, I'm going to make a steel suit and try and fight crime to do what Superman would have done. And I really dig that story, and hopefully Mafex does him justice. I'm sure they will. They usually deliver. Like they deliver like UPS, which is, normally excellently, but occasionally there might be a bit of an issue, but they'll do their best to make it right. That's Mafex, I mean, but probably UPS too. I'm sure they're both good companies. Sticking with DC, but going over to McFarlane now, Todd has just got to be in hog heaven because they are doing Blackest Night. Another teaser. It's a real teasery kind of day. I hope you're positively aroused right now. So we have a teaser image of some hands crawling up from beneath the grave, which is pretty wicked. It looks like a poster for Evil Dead or something. So this is clearly Batman's hands with a Green Lantern ring on, or a Black Lantern ring. I don't know my lanterns. Did I mention I don't read DC? Yeah, about 1,000 times. But I know like the gist, the zeitgeist or whatever. I know how annoying that must be, because it's like, I know how annoying it is when people who don't really know much about wrestling talk to me about wrestling like they know what's going on. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when like, Bret Hart like fought Kurt Angle or whatever. I'm like, yeah, he didn't, but okay. So I think Blackest Night roughly is when a whole bunch of heroes get killed and then they're resurrected with Black Lantern rings. Is that kind of it? Probably not, but we're going to get probably a zombified Black Lantern Batman, and that sounds wicked. I'm sure Todd is just licking his lips like, oh, it's Batman. Oh, it's disgusting zombies. Oh, no girls allowed. So, yeah, that's going to be something to look forward to. So let's counteract the terrifying zombie Black Knight stuff with some pretty horses. Yeah, I'm not exactly a brony, but I do appreciate combining different lines for different effects and display options. And Figma, Good Smile Company. Hang on, let me check if that is what it is. Oh yeah, it was. I can remember something that I read 10 seconds ago. That's almost as good as a goldfish's memory. They're re-releasing what they had previously put out, which is a whole bunch of horses that scale in 6-inch scale. So that's kind of fun. If you wanted to have some cowboy type things, or Black Knight in the Avengers, or anything else, anyone who requires a horse, you don't have to get the full Dark Knight Returns McFarlane build a horse wave. Now you can just straight out, boom, buy yourself a nice 1/12 scale horse. They're going to retail for, hang on, let me check, $52.99, seamless edit there, and they're going to be released around about the start of next year.
Hello, Sydney. What's your favorite scary movie?
I've not tried doing Ghostface before. I think that was actually pretty good.
I want to see what your insides look like.
That was one of my favorite lines from Scary Movie, where she's like, oh yeah, just turn to page 47, and he's looking at Playboy, he's like, ugh. I shouldn't have done that joke on a show that seems to have a large family audience, but kids, ask your parents what I'm talking about. Anywho, there's a statue of Ghostface from a company that is distributed by Sideshow. What are their names? Let me have a little look. Premium Collectibles Studios. I knew that. I was just testing myself. So it's a Ghostface statue. Not as cool as the Ellen Ripley statue from the last episode, I don't think, but actually more expensive. So there you go. But it's Ghostface. There's not like a huge amount to sort of say. It's Ghostface. He's there with his knife and his mask and his cloak, and he's in sort of a suburban house kind of backdrop sort of setting. It looks fun. I mean, it's going to cost a bit of money. Hang on, let me see if I can do another clever edit here. It's going to cost £1,385, and it's going to be released around about May to July of 2023. I did the edit there, and then I barely managed to articulate the word July. My tongue just went into business for itself there. Let's mosey on over to our friends at Neca now with their Neca Haul-a-thon. We are in week 4 of the Haul-a-thon, and they've got 3 drops that are Target exclusives, but can also be ordered internationally on their Neca store. Think that's how Haul-a-thon works now. I get confused. One thing that's interesting though is they are re-releasing animated Ninja Turtles Slash. Now this guy, if I was still collecting the line, I would have been very excited about, because he was originally released in a 2-pack with Leatherhead. With old Leatherhead. I love doing that there Cajun accent. There's something very satisfying about it. So now you can just get him if you missed out on him. Then again, if you missed out on Slash, then you probably missed out on Leatherhead too. So it would have been nice to have gotten both of them. But then again, why would you get that one when you could go over to 5K Toys and get that insane looking one that they haven't released yet, but they're going to. That's one that I'm really humming and hawing over. I won't get it. It's too much, but it's still nice to just think like, man, that's a badass looking figure. Anyway, I was talking about Slash. So you can get Slash again. And also they're re-releasing Metalhead as well, which did he need a re-release? He seems to be like super easy to get hold of. When I sold mine, he went for like peanuts because you could buy him online for about $20. So yeah, there's that, and also there's a Hello Kitty thing. But come on, guys, do you really care about Hello Kitty? Do you? Super 7 now have teasers of their own. We're going tease crazy over here. And Super 7, you just can't stop them. They just love announcing new things. Now they're going back to their Silverhawks line with Molecular. Is that how you pronounce it? Molecular? That seems a bit of an unusual name, but then again, I know nothing about Silverhawks. Maybe they think Dave's an unusual name. It's really not. It's the most common name in the world, I think. I know it's not. I think, like, a Chinese name is the most common name in the world, isn't it? Yeah, either way, I'm digressing. Molecular, though. I don't know anything about this guy. You can't even tell from the preview image, like, what he looks like. I mean, I could have always Googled it before doing this video, but that would require research or forward planning, and I just refuse to do that. Going over to movie news now, and Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, is already on track to make $200 million in its opening weekend. That's, it's pretty good, basically. I mean, that's almost as much as I make on YouTube in a year. So, I mean, I think that kind of puts it in a perspective, you know? These ripped off sleeves are like stylish. It's not because my clothes are falling apart. I'm like loaded. You have no idea how much I make from this. I don't make much from this. I'll carry on now. So yeah, Multiverse of Madness going to make a huge amount of money to the surprise of absolutely no one, but that's great because it means it's already a success, or at least it's on track to be. I mean, considering the budget of these things, it's probably going to have to make at least double that. But I mean, come on, it's going to. It's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, that's one to look forward to. I haven't pre-ordered my tickets yet, but I know that I'm going to, just to put it into a bit more perspective. But actually, I don't think it's that impressive of a way of saying it. But this is double what the first Doctor Strange movie was going to make in its opening weekend, which isn't like sort of saying a huge amount, because Doctor Strange was originally quite a relatively smaller scale Marvel project, because I mean, people were like, who's Doctor Strange? And of course, we know, but the masses out there, they don't know. They don't understand, these fake Marvel fans. Anywho, that movie's going to be great. Cannot wait to see it. And finally, a little bit of silly news to finish with, because we always enjoy that. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a TV show, the newest Star Trek show. I'm not a big Star Trek dude, alright? You can put that in with DC as something that I kind of have respect for, but it's not my bag. But I thought it's interesting that they have finally given Doctor Spock, or Mr. Spock, is he a doctor? Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor. That's what Spock says. And then he says, it's Vader time. It's exactly how it goes. And then he helps Luke Skywalker throw the One Ring into Hogwarts. That's Star Trek. Anywho, they've given him his first name, and it's no longer just Spock. Let me try and pronounce this name here. Shchuntakai. Shchuntakai. I guess that's why he just goes by Spock. But there you go. The answer to a question that you probably never even asked yourself. What is Dr. Spock's first name? Shchuntakai. I bet it's not pronounced anything like that, but it's fun to have a go. Tell me in the comments. Write it phonetically. How the heck would you pronounce that? Anyway, folks, that does it for Good News for today. Completely off the wall. I don't know what came over me today, but this was good fun. I don't know if it was fun to watch, but I've had a blast filming this. So guys, thanks very much for watching. What do you think of the stories covered? Comment below, let me know. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.